Hail and welcome back to the Great Hall of Lore and Legend. I am Gothic Arch, the Lore Knight. Today we're talking about episodes 5 and 6 of the Skeleton Crew. Now I'm putting these two episodes together because they stunk. They were bad. They were boring. I could barely get through them. I mean, there were some cool parts like the trash crab. Other than that, dude, the last two episodes were not very good. As you know, I am a staunch supporter of good things that are Star Wars. I've been supporting this show since it started because the first few episodes were great. And there was really cool backstory in them. There was a lot of things about Jod and Nawood. I think the whole show should have been about Jod. It would have been a great show. Now, I understand that the kids are the main characters. I mean, it's called Skeleton Crew, and this is what you get whenever you make a show about kids, Goonies in space. Let's just be honest, the episodes that are about Jod are the best. Now, the episode coming up, episode 7, is supposed to dive into Jod's backstory, and we're going to learn a lot about him. And I think it's going to probably be the best episode of the season. I just want to talk about episodes 5 and 6 real quick here because I do want to cover the entire show. Yeah, so I've been a staunch supporter of Skeleton Crew from the get-go. The premise of kids on a grand adventure in the Star Wars universe, that's a nostalgic hit for any fan. Lords and ladies, episode 5 and 6 have left me questioning the direction of the plot and, dare I say, the very soul of the series. I'd like to make something clear. In the past, with Star Wars shows that I've liked, like Mandalorian and a couple of the other ones, there were a lot of bad episodes in those shows as well. That does not discount this show. Mandalorian is probably the most liked show in all of Disney's Star Wars stuff. The Mandalorian had some episodes that were they didn't move the story forward at all, and they were boring. Everybody still loves The Mandalorian. It's not like those episodes ruined it, but I think Skeleton Crew is probably only going to have one season. That's just what I'm expecting. However, The Mandalorian had multiple seasons, and now it's got a movie coming out, and I think Skeleton Crew might only have one season. That's totally possible for a show like this because it's not doing that well. And it's not because the show's not good, it's because fans are jaded and they're not coming back to watch new Star Wars stuff, especially a lot of the normie fans, the fans that just kind of watch shows about people they already know. They're not going to come watch Skeleton Crew. Let's start with episode 5. It was titled You Have a Lot to Learn About Pirates. On paper, it sounded like a treasure trove of fun, but the execution, it felt like they lost the plot. The adventure lacked the charm and surprise that earlier episodes had in spades. The booby traps and pirate lore were there, but it felt more like a checklist rather than an engaging story, and the twist with Jod and Nawood, it seemed forced a betrayal that didn't resonate because the groundwork wasn't laid well enough. We wanted depth, not just like a swashbuckling detour that feels disconnected from the core narrative. Then comes episode 6, Zero Friends Again. This one was supposed to be a lesson in friendship, but it came off as a lesson on how not to handle character development. The kids' squabbles and sudden focus on their personal growth felt rushed and out of sync with the adventure. KB's subplot and her augmentations was a poignant moment, but it was overshadowed by an overall disjointed feel of the episode. It felt like the crew was more focused on getting back to Atatin than on giving us a compelling story. The one part was kind of funny though, where KB fell down the shaft and hit her head, and the other girl came up to her and she was like, "Oh, her augs are just off." And I was like, "Bruh, that's head damage. That's legitimate head damage. That girl needs a hospital." But yeah, I guess she was right because she's an android or whatever. I just don't care enough about the kids to want to spend an entire episode on their relationships with each other. I barely care about them as characters. They know what to show us. They know that we want to see Jod. They know that's what we want, and they're giving us a little bit of that, but then they're giving us the kids in their own episodes, to kind of further their stories. We don't care. I just want to see Jod. I want to know where Jod came from. Is he a Jedi? Is he a Sith? That's the only thing that I think most fans care about watching this show. And then having that kid make the part for the android KB's head and sticking it in her head and stuff. That kid would have never been able to make a part like that. I don't think a battery, I don't know. I don't know. The whole episode was a waste. We're in episode 6 right now. That makes 2 bad episodes. So most of the show has still been good in my opinion so far, but they can't They can't be pulling these again, man. Now there's 2 episodes left. I believe there's 7 and 8. Seven's going to be great. I'm already saying it right now. Episode 7's going to be great, but if they pull this with episode 8, all just about the kids in episode 8, which they very well might do, the show's not going to get a second season because nobody's going to care. They kind of did this in Ahsoka with, even though there's more characters that we do care about in Ahsoka, but they kind of did this with Balin. They gave him to us, and he's still kind of a mystery, right? They're like, stay tuned next season. That worked because we cared about the other characters as well. Just a little bit of that mystery, but we need Jod through this entire show, or else it's not going to keep anybody's attention. I want to support Skeleton Crew. I really do. The concept of the characters, the potential for exploring new worlds, all of it is something I cheer for. But these episodes, they made it hard to keep the enthusiasm. It feels like they're trying to cram too much into too little time, sacrificing story for spectacle. The crab creature was cool, though, however. You know that? I think the whole scene with them flying away in the ship was unnecessary. Now a new ship popped out of there like a worm shedding its skin. It's fine to show some character interaction with the kids and some character growth, but don't just make the entire episode on the kids' feelings, because we don't care about feelings. We want to remember the first few episodes pushing the story further. That's what Disney Star Wars TV has a problem with. They think they can get away with these like slower episodes, but there's like 6 to 8 episodes per season. Every hour that you put into a Star Wars TV show should be like an hour of a new movie. It should push the story along. It should be fantastic. You have the best people working on these TV shows. It's got to be good. Every hour needs to be good. That's what we need more of. Less about treasure and more about the journey, growth, and connection to the Star Wars lore we all love. What do you think about episodes 5 and 6? Do you share my concerns, or did you just like them? Did you like to see more about the kids and how they felt about the adventure that they're on? I'd rather watch the adventure. Leave your thoughts down below. Let's keep the conversation going. I'm hoping the show finds its way back on course. 2 bad episodes out of 8 wouldn't be bad. That would make for one of the, a great show. Again, if they do this in episode 8, it's gonna ruin the show. I think it's going to kill the show. Let's watch episode 7. I think it's going to be great. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video. Let's get to 500 subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.